I'll bet a lot of our listeners don't know that Luke wrote more of the New Testament than Paul did. Now, if you're of the mindset like I am that Luke perhaps wrote Hebrews, then he
Mm.
wrote significantly more because that 5% or whatever goes to him. But that's one of those things that typically we think so much about Paul, but Dr. Luke, who of course was with Paul for much of his life, we understand that. So Paul's connected, but technically Dr. Luke wrote more of the New Testament than anyone, and then Paul's second, and then John comes in a reasonably close third, I think, because he wrote the book of John and he wrote Revelation and he wrote, let's see, first, second, and third John, if I've got that right. But what were some of the things that were really interesting from just looking at the different authors as you read through and worked through narrating the whole Bible?
Not that necessarily the facts are changed, but they're seeing it through a slightly different lens, and they're
Uh-huh,
explaining
uh-huh.
it to a different audience. It's going to connect with a different audience. So it just gives you a more balanced view of the event where you can examine it from different angles. So I thought that was pretty neat.
I cannot tell you what version this was because it was in Russian, but the story
Hmm.
was from a pastor of an underground church in Russia during the height of the communist, which of course was also atheism in Russia.